Ladies and gentlemen, in the tumultuous theater of conflict that currently engulfs the Amhara region, a fierce and relentless struggle rages on between the Ethiopian National Defense Forces, ENDF, and the Amhara Fano forces, a battle that spans multiple fronts and defies easy resolution. In this detailed update, we bring you the latest information we have received from the heart of the battlefield. One of the pivotal battlegrounds in this ongoing conflict is the northern Wello region. Reports have poured in, revealing that a heavy and unrelenting clash is underway between the Amhara Fano forces and the formidable ENDF. The dynamics of this confrontation are evolving rapidly, and the situation remains fluid. Intriguingly, the outskirts of Lalibela and the peripheries of Kobo have become epicenters of intense combat. Reports emanating from these front lines depict a harrowing picture of fierce fighting, with both sides incurring heavy losses. The Amhara Fano forces are demonstrating unwavering determination as they endeavor to wrest control of these critical cities from the grip of the ENDF. As previously highlighted in our earlier updates, Amhara Fano forces have established a significant presence in the vicinity of Kobo. However, the latest intelligence reaffirms that the struggle for control over Kobo is far from over. In a relentless push, Amhara Fano soldiers are launching assaults from various directions in their bid to penetrate the city's defenses. Tragic accounts reaching us from Fano sources indicate that dozens of ENDF and Oromo soldiers have met their demise in the unforgiving outskirts of Kobo. The sheer scale of this confrontation is staggering, with a substantial deployment of ENDF soldiers equipped with formidable heavy weaponry in the Lalibela and Kobo regions. Reports suggest that the ENDF is employing heavy artillery, unleashing a barrage of firepower against the Amhara Fano forces. However, it is important to note that the Fano forces are not without their own share of losses, suffering casualties in their relentless efforts in the Kobo outskirts. In addition to the ongoing intense combat in the Amhara region, there have been concerning developments involving the Amhara Fano forces that have added further complexity to the situation. Reports have emerged from various sources indicating that the Amhara Fano forces have apprehended a significant number of leaders affiliated with the Amhara Democratic Party, ADP. This incident occurred as these leaders were en route to a crucial meeting in Dessie City, underscoring the gravity of the situation. To provide more specific details, it has come to our attention that Amhara Fano forces arrested 9 prominent leaders of the ADP. Among those detained are the Chief Administrator and Deputy Chief Administrator of Warelu District, the Chief Administrator and Deputy Chief Administrator of Jama District, and the head of the organization itself. Furthermore, the chief and deputy governors of Kalala district, along with several other leaders, have also been taken into custody. These arrests represent a significant development, raising questions about the broader political landscape in the region. In yet another alarming incident, reports indicate that Amhara Fano forces have apprehended a mercenary who was allegedly involved in espionage activities in the Wollo area. This individual was reportedly responsible for arresting numerous youths, further escalating tensions in the region. The apprehension of this mercenary underscores the high stakes and the multifaceted nature of the conflict, where both military and covert operations are playing a role. Moreover, the conflict has witnessed a technological dimension, with the Ethiopian National Defense Forces, ENDF, reportedly conducting at least 3 drone strikes in the Abe Dongoro Woreda region. These drone strikes have resulted in a significant loss of life, with at least 30 individuals confirmed dead and several others sustaining injuries. The utilization of drones in the conflict zone introduces a new layer of complexity and raises concerns about the impact on civilian populations and the overall escalation of hostilities. The enigmatic and somewhat perplexing career trajectory of General Birhanu Jula within the Ethiopian army has become a topic of considerable debate and discussion among observers of the complex geopolitical landscape in Ethiopia. In this examination, we delve into the career of General Birhanu Jula and attempt to shed light on the factors contributing to his continued high-ranking position despite a series of challenges and setbacks. General Birhanu Jula's recent history in the Ethiopian army is marked by a series of protracted and grueling conflicts, each presenting unique challenges. Over the past 5 years, he has been at the forefront of Ethiopian military operations in 3 significant civil wars. Unfortunately, from a strictly strategic perspective, the outcomes of these conflicts have not been overwhelmingly favorable for the Ethiopian army. To begin with, General Birhanu Jula led the Ethiopian army in a 5-year-long conflict against the Oromo Liberation Army, OLA, which concluded without a clear victory. This extended engagement not only drained resources and manpower, but also failed to decisively quell the OLA insurgency. Following this, the Ethiopian army was embroiled in a 2-year-long war against the Tigray People's Liberation Front, TPLF. While the Ethiopian army survived this conflict, it was largely due to the involvement of Amhara, Afar, and Eritrean forces alongside them. The Ethiopian army faced fierce resistance from the TPLF, and the conflict resulted in significant humanitarian and geopolitical consequences. In a more recent development, General Birhanu Jula and the Ethiopian army found themselves locked in a 6-month-long conflict against the Amhara Fano forces, a paramilitary group. This engagement, too, has yielded minimal results, and the situation remains precarious. The question that arises, then, is why General Birhanu Jula continues to occupy a high-ranking position within the Ethiopian army despite these challenges and perceived shortcomings in achieving clear victories. There are several factors to consider: political considerations. Military leadership positions in Ethiopia are often influenced by political dynamics. General Birhanu may have influential backers or political connections that have contributed to his continued prominence. Complex conflict dynamics. The conflicts in Ethiopia are multifaceted and deeply rooted in historical, ethnic, and political complexities. Achieving decisive victories in such contexts can be exceedingly difficult. International factors. The involvement of regional and international actors in Ethiopian conflicts further complicates the military landscape. Diplomatic considerations and international alliances can shape military leadership decisions. Internal military dynamics. Factors within the Ethiopian army itself, such as internal politics and allegiances, may play a role in the retention of key military personnel. In conclusion, the resilience of General Birhanu Jula's career within the Ethiopian army, despite the challenges and lack of clear victories in recent conflicts, is a complex issue influenced by a multitude of factors. While his continued prominence may be subject to debate and scrutiny, it underscores the intricate interplay of politics, conflict dynamics, and internal military considerations in the ongoing turmoil in Ethiopia. As the situation in the region remains fluid, further developments in General Birhanu's career and the broader Ethiopian conflict landscape will undoubtedly continue to captivate the attention of analysts and observers alike.